If you're going to run it back, you might want to figure out José Berríos, no?
Well, I mean, whatever. Whatever.
Well,
He was not very. It was. I mean, he was just scattering pitches last night. His velo was up. It was a career high 6 walks. I don't know. He didn't. I mean, I'm not an expert in pitching mechanics. He didn't look like he was completely comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Kevin, his ERA in the last 7 starts now is 6.69. Now, John Schneider said after the game, fatigue. They lost 4-2, by the way. John Schneider said after the game, fatigue isn't an issue. You know, Berrios basically said, I'm going to go to video and try to get back to being. Well. But you pointed this out yesterday on the show. Regardless of what happens at the trade deadline, somebody's going to have to pitch innings for these guys.
Yeah.
And, I mean, there got to be some red flags up there with Berrios, isn't there?
Well, read between the lines. There's a reason why they gave him 9 days of rest between starts.
But John Schneider said fatigue wasn't a factor.
Oh, did he? I mean, sometimes I think you got to read between the lines and see what he's done the last, say, 10 or 12 starts.
It's not been good.
It's flying open. It's over-rotating with the upper half. It's falling behind in counts. It's throwing more cement mixers than a good late-breaking slurve like he was doing, I don't know, say 15, 20 starts ago. So, yeah, it's right. This is the marathon of the season. This is what these guys go through. Again, I said this yesterday. He's thrown a bazillion innings since 2018. Sooner or later, things are going to catch up to you. It's just – and that's when – you have to be a little bit more mechanical sound. You have to, stay a little bit more direct, stay in your lanes. They talk about that all the time.
So what do they do?
When you land open.
So what do they do?
I think it's more mechanical. I think it's a mental mindset. I think when you're overcompensating for something, whatever that is, maybe forcing break, maybe trying to force a little bit more late movement on the two-seamer. The four-seamer and the two-seamer, John even said that last night after the game. Location of that thing hasn't been real good. I mean, that's where it starts. Pitching is just like hitting. Why has Vladdy and Springer turned their seasons around? Mashing fastballs. Pitching is exactly the same way. I know they abuse secondary pitches and want to flip that thing till they're purple. It gets back to you're having to locate the fastball with some velocity, some consistent velocity. I said this yesterday before his start was, look at that. Look at the velocity on the two-seamer. Because it ain't a sinker anymore.
But the velocity was up, though.
It was up. That again, it gets back to that 9 days of rest. That's why John mentioned that after the game. That's what they're trying to get back to a little bit more consistently, is staying at the same velocity all the time. That'll tell you he's staying within himself. It's free and easy. He's not overthinking something. Mechanically, it's there. He's not flying open. He's not over-rotating. Over-rotating means when sort of you land open, hips go one way, arms dragging, ball go everywhere. And then when you do throw a good one, sometimes, right, like the homer he gave up, he wanted to go away with that, the little slurve thing, he leaves it middle in.
22nd home run of the
back
year.
leg city.
Wow.
It's those kind of things, right? So, look, it's a marathon of a season. It's not... I don't think it's anything of a giant surprise. This is when mentally, physically, they've been grinding all year to keep the other team from scoring 0.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, things are going to not go the way you want them to go, and it ends up this way.
This is probably more concerning than anything else we've seen with the starting rotation, though. Kevin Gausman, I get. You've talked about Kevin Gausman, how many innings he's pitched. I get all that. José Berríos has pitched a lot of innings. I get that, too. But he's a pretty good athlete. And, what I'm seeing from Kevin Gausman, has it shocked me? Nope. Chris Bassett's kind of what I thought.
Dudes don't get tired?
To this degree? This early in the year? I don't know, man.
I mean, he ain't falling off a cliff. Like he kept him in.
6.69 ERA is not good.
He kept him in the game last night. Again, they got a middle of the order back and drive in runs. They win the game last night.
Yeah,
that's what a good pitcher's supposed to do. When you ain't getting it, you keep him in the game. Hopefully, somebody runs into one.
He was not that, but that was not. We have not seen dominant José Berríos. We have not seen dominant.
We've had this conversation
if you look at 7 games now. If it's 7 games now, we're talking the middle of July.
I mean, he's a career
early in the year.
He's a career high 3 ERA guy.
I know, but
I think, sort of sometimes you're going to get some months where it's mid-6 ERA. That's just the way it is, right? He's a field guy with the slurve.
Mid-6 ERA is just what it is?
Yeah, sometimes it's a marathon. Like you got to
Well, it's always a marathon. It's always a marathon. But I see other guys
perfect starts.
No, but I see other guys pitching in a marathon who haven't fallen off a cliff.
Who have thrown the second most innings since 2018? No, there's only one other person that's done that.
Yeah, but there's tons of guys. There's tons of guys that have thrown more innings than. There's tons of guys who've thrown more innings than he has this year.
I think you're asking a ton. I don't think it's I don't think it's just this year. I think it's accumulation of a bunch of years, and sometimes guys just go through things. It's tough, right? Sometimes you aim the slurve. Sometimes I'd love to see him throw more changeups. I think that thing's good.
My point in this whole thing is what do you do the rest of the year now? Because you're probably going to move one of your starting pitchers. You're probably going to move Yusei Kikuchi.
Mm-hmm.
Yariel Rodriguez. You're still trying to get him. He starts tonight. You're still trying to get him worked back. And you don't have anybody. You don't have anybody in the minors. I mean, I don't know. Maybe is James Kaprelian still down there? I don't know. Is Aaron Sanchez down there? I mean, it's not like there's anybody down there that's going to necessarily come up. And we're at the point right now where they're going to need guys to give them innings, not even good innings, just innings, because if they kind of, I don't think they're going to punt on the year completely. I don't think they'll be allowed to do that. But if this is where they are right now, if they don't contend for a playoffs, but they're still going to need dudes to chalk up innings for.
Yeah, I think you might be getting a little too greedy with Berrios.
Okay.
Like, I think sometimes guys just go through things and for whatever reason can't figure it out. You could hear the frustration in his voice last night when he went back and looking at old video. And, everybody does that. Gosman's been doing that, right, with the bent upper half and trying to throw a little bit more sidearm and get the ball in the zone a little bit longer, right? It's where he's starting the baseball, where he wants it to end up. Berrios is no different. It's the slurve. It's the location of stuff. It's the consistent mechanics. It's where you stand on the rubber. It's all those things that go into
the quality of his pitch. He's been getting hit.
He's been facing some good teams, too, some good lineups. You can roll your eyes all you want. Is Berrios a number one on a legit contender to win a World Series? Yes or no?
No, but
there you go.
Is he a number two?
That's debatable. Okay. That is legitimately debatable.
All right.
So
well, I think this, all these excuses that it's a marathon. It's a marathon for everybody, that he's facing good lineups. Kevin, every pitcher in the American leagues facing good lineups. Everybody is.
Okay,
that's the stupidest. Stupidest argument people make is that this guy's facing good lineups. They're all facing good lineups.
Name a pitcher who doesn't go through a bump in the road in the regular season. Name one.
No, but you're coming up with excuses for this. It's not an excuse.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you what he's going through.
He's facing some good lineups.
Because I've talked to people. I know how it is.
He's facing some good lineups. You don't think Taj Bradley's facing good lineups?
That's a small sample size. That's a young dude that hasn't been around very long. Tampa Bay uses their rotation differently than this team does.
Well, everybody's facing a good lineup.
Potato.
The lineups are so hard. Anyhow,
well, 3 months ago, you were in his camp like you were tooting the horn saying he's the greatest athlete you've ever seen in person.
I did not say that. Yeah. I did not say that. Because he's not.
Sometimes you got to give these dudes breaks, man. Like, it's to do what they do on – look, they get paid to go out there and dominate people, but occasionally things just ain't going right, and you got to grind through it and try to figure it out and keep your team in it. And that gets back to other parts of a baseball team have to pick a dude up. The rotation's been picking this team up forever. Now it's time for other parts to do that. Now they're too far out of it to even stop looking at me like that.
Kevin, they've given up. I think at some point we have to start looking at this. They've given up a lot of home runs.
Yeah,
this has not been the best rotation in baseball.
No, who said that?
Well, we're treating them like this. Like they get no blame for what's gone on here. You're absolving the starting rotation. This is a very individual thing. You asked me about one guy.
Kevin Gosman's the same way, right? Older guy who's made adjustments. He's a two-pitch guy. Word's out. If the split ain't splitting, you in trouble. It's real simple.
Was out there last year too.
So. Yeah, that's when it started. Last year he had some bumps and some roads.
Anyhow,
man, you want perfect rotations to go out and dominate every 5 days, every single day. Good luck with that.
No, I want it to be like it was last year.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen. They basically told you that. Ask the Braves.
They're all back.
That's the Braves.
Braves are all hurt.
Their lineup same way. Like their lineup.
The guys are all hurt.
Those 2 dudes are hurt, and they haven't been hurt all year. So it's not all year.
Most of the year.
Not all year.
These guys haven't been hurt. These guys are healthy.
It's again, man.
Well, I mean,
I don't know what your argument is here. I have no idea what you're trying to argue about Berrios.
I asked you. I asked you
more effort.
No, I asked you. I asked you how you manage this going forward, because you still got 50 games left in the season.
Okay, this is where front office needs to get creative, and there's opportunities to make trades, get veteran guys, get guys off waivers, do whatever you have to do to get dudes in here. That's how you get creative. That's why you have a front office to take the slack off of other dudes who've been here a while who are grinding, trying to figure things out. That's why they're here. That's why they get paid more money than me and you get paid. So figure it out.
All right. So you want him to add veteran pitching at the deadline?
No, jeez. I mean, basically is what you're wanting is you're wanting 3 veteran guys who have been around for a bazillion years to go out and completely and utterly dominate.
I'm not saying completely.
And give complete games.
No, I'm not.
Not walk anybody.
Nobody pitches
always
complete.
Be perfect.
Nobody pitches
never give up homers. Like that's what you want in this perfect world. It's not going to happen.
I would prefer they don't give up 22 home runs. Yeah, I don't think I'm demanding too much. That you don't give up 22 home runs.
Yeah, it gets back to that. You got to ask yourself: is he a number 1? Is he a number 2? He's made mechanical adjustments. He's trying not to walk people. He's trying to pound the zone a little bit more. He's trying to make a hitter earn it.
22 home runs is a lot.
Yeah, it's
22 home runs. It doesn't matter whether you're a 1, 2, or 3. 22 home runs is a lot.
Yeah, the slurp's not always good. Fastball command velocity's not always there. Arm side command's not great against lefties. Like I just gave you 4 reasons of what they're trying to grind through with. Again, I still don't know what your argument is.
I'm not.
I don't know why you're jumping Berrios. I thought Berrios was your boy.
I'm not jumping Berrios.
I
just asked you the question about how much of a concern this is to you going forward. If we operate under the assumption they trade at least one of those starting pitchers.
I think all of it is concern. I think Gosman not getting swing and miss on the split finger is a giant concern. I think Berrios grinding through this with command issues and trying to figure out mechanically with his lower half and not flying open and staying in his lanes and staying square to the baseball and having a good finish and not falling off to the first base side. I think that's an issue because of how many innings he's thrown and where he's at in his career. Bassett's 36 years old. He'll add and subtract. He'll flip it as many times as he has to. What other option do they have? This is what I said. Yes, that's why you have a front office. Get creative. Get 2 or 3 older guys in here. Ain't going to cost you a ton.
Paxton.
Whatever. This is, I would assume, why you pay a GM bazillion amounts of money to get creative and figure out and watch the same game that me and you are watching. That dudes are grinding.